Hello everyone, I am Josh and welcome to this Sims 4 house building video. So today I am doing a very short house build. In fact, I think this is probably the shortest house build I've ever done. This is a half-hour build, so I've seen some other simmers do some house builds that, they just spend a half hour on, and I thought it'd be an interesting challenge to try. So I attempted to build this house in just 30 minutes, and when I say 30 minutes, I mean exactly 30 minutes. I did not go back at the end and touch it up at all. Once 30 minutes was up, I was completely done, and this is what happened. So yeah, it's a small house. It's a one-bedroom, one-bathroom home. It's a modern house as well, as you can probably see by the evolving style. It also has this interesting roof thing going on with the roofs going down to the ground. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. With this, it's not one of my best houses. I'll be the first to say that. Mainly because I was rushing a lot throughout this. Especially near the end, I was panicking a lot. It could have been a lot better if I had some more time. But considering, it was built in a half hour, it's not too bad. I mean, for me, a half hour is not a lot of time to build a house. My builds tend to take a very long time, especially in The Sims 3, but some Sims 4 builds take a while too, like, what was it? My last Sims 4 build was some Victorian, classic Victorian. That took 40 minutes, that was a 40-minute speed build. This is obviously a 7-minute one. This is running at 5 times speed as opposed to my usual 7, so it's a little slower, and yeah, you can see here we have, also if you notice on the other side there's this weird thing with the roofs right here in this part of the house. I don't know, I thought that was an interesting touch. There's some quirky things about this house that are kind of cool. It's just, it could have been a little bit better executed, but it's alright. So you can see here we have a lot of interesting roofs, and I also have the half wall section there on top. I do put a glass ceiling there, which I use a dance floor, so it looks pretty cool. This house does not have an enclosed bed. I don't know what I'm trying to say. This house does not have an enclosed bedroom. It's just an open bedroom. It's on the whole second floor is the bedroom. There's no door to it. It's very much a single Sims house. I guess a couple could live here, 2 Sims, but it's definitely not a family house. It's also one of the least expensive houses. One of the most least expensive. It is one of the least expensive houses I've ever built. It's coming in around $37,000, I think, which is definitely not a starter home price, but it's relatively inexpensive compared to some of the other houses I've built. And here I'm just tweaking up the colors and the roofs and stuff and making sure it looks good, I guess. I don't know. You can see already we're nearing halfway through the building part, because of course there's screenshots, so it doesn't look like halfway for you, but it is about halfway through the building here, and we haven't even started on the inside yet, so that's a little concerning. But yeah, I take a lot of time building, and then by the time I get to the inside, I'm like, oh no, I'm running out of time. So yeah, the furnishing was very rushed, like all of it was very rushed, which is kind of unfortunate, but it actually turned out pretty well, especially the first floor. It's actually quite nice, which is surprising considering I basically rushed through all of it, just grabbing whatever furniture option I could find that fit the style that just came up first. Here I'm putting some trees out. I do the landscaping at the end, when I have like a minute left or something, or like half a minute left. And here I'm going to put in some doors and windows, so putting around some nice big windows, which is quite nice. There's a lot of light that comes into this house, especially on the second floor, because it has the glass ceiling piece, which is very nice. Of course, it's just a dance floor. It's not a real glass ceiling. It's not a real skylight, but it's close enough. Down here on the first floor, we're going to have the kitchen, living room, and dining room. It's all one space. So this is the kitchen area here, right by the front door. Fairly nice. I used all of the cool kitchen objects here, so it kind of is very modern. I actually don't use those counters enough. They're quite nice. And here I'm just putting in some wallpaper and stuff, making sure it looks somewhat finished off. And there's the island. So I mean, fairly simple. We're actually nearing the end here. There's only a couple minutes left, so we'll see how fast I can rush this through. Anyway, there you go. There's the kitchen. That's it. And this is the little dining room area. And there's some nice windows I'm putting in. And it's kind of hard to tell how fast I'm actually building because this is sped up anyway, but I was building at a considerably faster pace than I usually do. Just like not thinking really about what I'm doing, just trying to at least have a furnished house. So this is the living room area. I found a green couch that kind of matched the rest of the furniture, and then there's some plants in the corner and a TV and also a rug. And I also get a few details on the coffee table and some in the kitchen, I think. I don't know, I put a shoe rack in. There's some stuff in the kitchen, also some lighting. And I think we're almost done with the first level here. I'm going to throw some stuff in the bathroom real quick, but I think that's the first floor, so we'll move on to the bedroom. So there's the bathroom, lovely. And the bedroom is going to just be up here, and there wasn't really a good place for the bed, so I just kind of put it somewhere that just looked remotely usable. And there's also a dresser in the corner there, some plants. Also put in a mirror and a bookshelf. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you consider clicking the subscribe button and also checking out my Twitter account, because I do post screenshots and updates and stuff before I upload videos there. And also there's a download link in the description below. So we're almost done here, and I hope that you stick around for the screenshots that will be coming up after this. And yeah, so just finishing up the landscaping here, just the last minute, because we're almost out of time. So, you know, just putting doodads and thingamabobs around the place and a bit of terrain paint, and I think this is pretty much it. So yeah, that's it. The house is now done. Whew, that was a hard. This is actually harder than I thought it would be. Anyway, hope to see you next time. Have a great day, everyone, and bye.